Hey gamers, Healy here, and today I've got a video on some brand new content, the Royal Titans. This brand new giant boss is sure to heat things up in Gielinor while dropping some real cool drops. And today I'm going to run you through everything that you need to know. Since this is a mid-game level boss, you should be able to tackle it with relative ease, but I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to help you roll through the fight. As a side note, if you're having trouble finding a buddy, just head over to the cave and chill outside the entrance. Since this is a new fight, you're sure to find a buddy like I did. Shout out to Ilmarin67 for being a gamer and joining me in the fight. Which brings me to the next part, how to get there. The fight is located in the Asgarnia Ice Caves, and the easiest way to get there is via the Fairy Ring Teleport AIQ located at Mudskipper Point. From there, run north to the ladder and down into the cave. Once you're in the cave, if you have high enough agility, feel free to jump through the shortcut due just west, and if you don't, you'll have to run up and north and around into the cave. On the gear side of things, I'm not going to cover all the different gear options, but I'll throw mine up on the screen for you to take a peek. Your best bet is just to bring your best in slot melee gear and your best in slot ranged gear. If you'd like, you can also bring a magic gear switch. However, I did find that if you use a strong enough magic spell, you don't need any magic armor for it to work, and it will still clear up the battlefield quite well. The key with this fight is going to be simple gear switches. The goal is to try and always hit with melee, as the giants are weakest to this. If they're out of melee distance, then you're going to want to switch to your ranged. And if you feel the battleground is getting chaotic, then you'll want to switch to magic and control the fight by either using fire spells to melt the ice, or water spells to put out the fires. To start the fight off, you'll want to prioritize one giant. Throw on your best in slot prayers and put on protect from melee. If the targeted giant is distanced from you, switch to ranged and use ranged. Periodically in the fight, they will say something like, "Here I come," and then they'll walk into melee distance. So the chat indicators are a great signal to start doing your switches and hit hard with melee once they get close. Once you get the first giant's health low enough, both of the giants will pop up into the middle island, with you making the rest of the fight super easy, as you can just camp melee and forget about your range switches. At this point, the best thing that I found is to then balance the giant's health down to 0. Killing off a single giant is fine, but note that the remaining giant will then go into an enraged mode and deal significantly more damage. You'll also want to keep your eyes out for the yin-yang elemental portal that will spawn somewhere on the floor. When this spawns on the ground, you will have a few ticks to run over and stand on it. If you're not standing on it, you'll get hit by the giant's special attack. This attack will hit 3 times in quick succession, so make sure you chill on the portal for all 3 attacks, and then go back to killing the giants. Do this until you get the giants down to 0, and the fight will be over. So to quickly recap, protect from melee, prioritize one giant while switching between ranged and melee, get them onto the middle island, camp your melee, balance their HP, use the portals when they appear, and kill the giants. Honestly, this fight is super easy, and if you have a good buddy, you'll be able to make quick work of these bad boys, killing them in probably under 2 minutes. The last thing we have to talk about is the treasures. You'll want to loot from each of the giants as they provide different uniques. Brenda will give you the Fire Element Staff Crown and the Mystic Vigor Prayer Scroll. Eldrick will give you the Ice Element Staff Crown and the Deadeye Prayer Scroll. Combining those crowns with a Battle Staff will create the new Twin Flame Staff. And both giants will drop the brand new Giant Soul Amulet and Desiccated Pages. Overall, the GP here will not be amazing, but if you're looking to grab some pretty cool new items and hit up some new clogs, this will be a pretty chill grind for you to do. The last thing to talk about is the brand new pet that comes along with the Royal Titans. It does look like this is going to be a pet that you're able to switch the look of, which is pretty awesome. Bran is the fire giant version of the pet, and Rick is the ice giant version of the pet. I have to say, I do really appreciate and like the look of this brand new pet, and I'm excited to see what this appears like in-game. I'm going to link the wiki in the description below if you want to learn more about these new unique items. And that's everything you really need to know about the Royal Titans. I thoroughly enjoyed this fight, and it was a pretty chill one to learn, so grab a buddy, head on out to the cave, and get your hands on some brand new uniques. If you found this helpful, do me a solid and smash that little like button and subscribe to the page for all my other content, and as always, thank you so much for choosing to waste your precious time watching my content. I appreciate you, and good luck, gamers.